Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. Call to order, roll call, all present and accounted for. At the roll call, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do this letter that we have from Steve.
That's technically part of the transition in ordinance.
Okay, never mind then. Okay, we'll open the floor for public comment. Any public comment?
Four-wheeler people run around on Portland need to slow down.
Yeah, not gonna argue with you there. I don't know who it is.
It's the kids across on the Illinois side. Two of them got four wheels
Yeah,
that drive
I
there.
didn't go by yesterday.
They're usually, the one that speeds the most comes from your direction, goes down here, and then goes back that way, so he's coming from that direction.
And he doesn't come past my house, he must come up, yeah. I know the little kid that lives on the Illinois side, I can't think of his name, the little redhead, me and him have butted heads twice now this year.
He normally rides that
But
little scooter
but he's
bike.
got a four-wheeler too, so, but yeah,
All I can say is if you can get a name, and please just call the sheriff,
yeah.
because just give him the name and where he lives, and they'll come out and they'll have a conversation. If it happens enough and the sheriff gets enough complaints, I can guarantee you something will happen.
Yeah.
But
Does he
don't
do it
let
at the
you-
same time all the time?
The kid on the Illinois side is
Yeah.
always, in the evenings when he gets out of school.
Yeah, gets out of school.
Do you have any idea who it is, Matt?
I know, I know that one of the Delphi boys, the one with the little bike, he needs to slow down a little bit too.
Who's that?
One,
Oh, Del
Oh,
Hay.
Del Hay?
Del Hay on that loud little mini bike.
Mhm.
yeah, he needs to slow down.
Yeah, any of the four, the four-wheelers pretty much go pretty fast.
Yeah.
There's golf carts and there's actually,
Yeah.
Side by side?
like gators.
Yeah.
They seem to go a decent speed, but the four-wheelers lately, actually the four-wheelers aren't even legal to be on the road.
Yeah, that's what
They're not supposed to be. The gators and the golf carts, they can be if they're registered with the county. So, okay, thank you. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Meeting minutes, got the meeting minutes, for 4:10.
I'll make a motion that we accept them as printed.
I second that.
Motion been made and seconded, made by Russ, seconded by Susan, to accept the 4/10/2025 meeting minutes. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. 3-0. Passes. Okay, so back here. Claims and financial reports. We have claims and financial reports for February, March, and April. There has been some changes, date changes on them. We have corrected those. The register of claims for April ends in 2024. That's been changed to 2025. And the financial report and reconciliation for March has got 24 on it also. That's been changed to 2025. So as far as dates go, all the claims should be as they are. Are there any questions on any of it?
None at this time for me.
Me neither, I don't have any.
I don't have it. I've already asked all my questions. I'll entertain a motion to accept the revised February, March, and April claims and financials.
I make a motion.
Second.
Motion been made by Susan, second by Russ. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
3-0. Claims and financials are approved. Let's get to work out here now. Okay, old business. The claims and financials, 2025 books are balanced up through April. You're finishing up May, is that where you're at then, Steve? or is that?
We're up through April, I'm
Yeah.
now working on May.
May, okay.
Yeah, May's the
And
current
then
month and.
The SLFRF report filing,
That is being worked on. I now have access to the system to do that, so we're getting that worked through.
cool. Okay, so once those get done, we'll be up to date, sounds good. Clerk transition, there we go. Okay, clerk transition, we have a letter in front of us from Stephen Van Pelt. He'll be retiring from the position of clerk treasurer. Frank Robinson will be taking over that position. They're still in the process of doing it completed, but we do have a letter of resignation from Stephen. They've agreed to have it take effect as of May 1. So Steve will coast as advisor from May to June, or May to July. You know, she has to go in June, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so through May and June, Steve will be advisor to Frankie, and we'll pay him what Frankie used to get paid, at $20 an hour. They'll keep their time sheets. And then
Until
in June, yeah, until the end of June, July meeting, then we'll do a transition again from Steve to Sue. So, that's where we're at on the clerk transition.
Make a motion that we accept his resignation from town clerk treasurer.
I second
as
that.
appointed.
Into advisor.
Into the, yes,
Into an
into
advisor.
the advisor
Into the
position.
advisor position.
Cover those.
You second that?
I second that,
Okay.
yes.
Motion made and seconded motion made by Russ, seconded by Susan. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
To accept the letter from Stephen. Thank you, Stephen, for all your help and continued support. I know you're gonna continue to do. Appreciate that. Take care, clerk. Generator pad. I called both companies, and the only one got back to me was Houston. He asked if he could hold off for 2-3 weeks to meet me because they are sort of swamped. I said, not a problem, it's been this long. So he said he will meet me out here and look at it and then give us a quote on what it's gonna take to fire up the generator and put it in service. So, once I hear back from BTI or whoever it was in Indy, I'll see what they've got to say. I need you guys' feelings on this. If BTI wants to charge us to come out to give us an estimate, I don't know that we wanna do that.
Who's that?
BTI out of Indianapolis, it's another company out of Indy. It's the one that the county used. They couldn't get satisfaction out of Houston, out on Pine Village. They ended up getting BTI to come out, and they did get it fixed, get it working, get it operational, and it's still operational as far as I know. I haven't heard any complaints on it at any of the meetings. So BRS, thank you, BRS. So anyway, they got it working, so they did something that Houston apparently couldn't do. That's my only concern why I was looking at BRS. But I always have a concern when you're talking about somebody from Indy, because they usually want to charge to come over to do something. So I don't know, what's your feelings on,
I would go with Houston.
Me too, I'd go with the local guy.
okay,
Until we run into a problem that
He can't fix,
that
then.
we can't get satisfaction on, and then go somewhere else.
Okay. Okay, well then I'll keep in touch with the guy at Houston, and I'll let everybody know when he's coming, and meanwhile, Frankie and I'll get the generator set on the pad so that he can see it on the pad and come up with
Right.
whatever he needs. And I'll also get a hold of Keystone and see if they can bring us out a tank and set the tank and run the line and everything. Get that all done ahead of time so that
Yeah,
he'll,
it's already set up.
yeah, it'll be all ready so he knows when he comes out what he's got to do. So we'll get that all
Need
taken
help,
care of.
if I'm home, I'll help you.
Okay, well, I've got the metal cut, I've got 2 brackets on the mount on the top of the generator, on the housing, so we can pick, instead of trying to strap the stupid thing,
Yes, yes.
we just put hooks on both corner, pick
Yeah.
it up, and then take it with the tractor and set it down over there,
Yep.
so. That's the update on the generator. Any questions on generator?
No.
Not at this time.
Okay. Dogs at large. Yeah, ours is run at large. They were in the park. Heather called me, yes. Today's Thursday, must have been Tuesday. Heather called me. The kids were down playing in the park, and the dogs were down there, driving her dogs crazy. So I came down, And I told the kids, I said, the dog's yours, yes. I said, they need to go home. We tried to get them to go home. I said, no, that's not what I'm saying. They have to go home. I said, otherwise, I'll call the sheriff, he'll come pick them up, and then you're gonna pay a fine. Okay, so they got off the swings and went and grabbed the dogs, and by the time I got home, they were walking home.
That was
So
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was taken care of Tuesday. So yes, they are still, Darns' dogs are still a problem. Did we ever have Ingrid send the Irons' a letter telling them to explain to them what's gonna happen if those dogs are actually caught?
I thought we did.
I thought, yeah,
Pretty sure,
last
yeah.
year, they've been told, I mean,
I don't know if it's been told in writing, that's what I wanna make sure of.
I'm pretty sure haven't they also been caught before and then they paid the fine
Yeah.
and got them
But
back?
it's changed now. Right now, the standard is they don't get them back unless they've had their shots,
Mhm.
they have to be chipped,
Mhm.
and they have to pay the fine.
Okay.
So all those, and then there's a daily fine too.
And-
So all that has to be done prior. So it's not just a $75 fine anymore,
Right.
because you know those dogs aren't chipped.
In that case, I do not think they've been notified of all of that.
That's what I was thinking. So I think we probably need to get a hold of Ingrid. I can do that. And have another letter sent to Irons's explaining that all the dogs that are living at that house, I think there's 3 now, but all the dogs living at that house, if they're caught running loose, there'll be these amount of fines, and I'll have her put all that. Yeah, I'll have her put all that in the letter so they can get a good idea of what's gonna cost them
Yep.
if they have to get those dogs out of hock.
mhm.
Okay, I'll get a hold of Ingrid then. The German Shepherd, I haven't heard any more about it.
Do we know
Other
who
than
it
on
belongs to?
Facebook, I saw Heather shared it. It's the German Shepherd looking, it's got a shorter nose, it doesn't have a shepherd nose. It was north of state line, they said, hanging out at some house up north.
Mhm.
So, but I have not seen it around town, I don't know if
It
anyone
was,
has.
yeah, I seen it over in Doris's yard not too long ago, within the last month.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
over at my house.
You've seen it too, haven't you, Matt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, it's got the short nose, it's not an actual shepherd,
No,
it's,
it looks like one.
Kinda looks like a shepherd, but
Yeah,
you're right, it's
I know
kinda,
that.
I think it's a shepherd mix.
yes, it's a shepherd mix.
Yeah, it's collared like a shepherd.
Yeah, so, yeah, Heather shared it the other day, so. Anyway, if that still continues to be a problem, we'll see about having John Kuiper come out, maybe he can capture it, or see what's going on. Cause it doesn't have a collar that I know
I didn't see one.
of. Okay, municipal building. Did you ever get a hold of Donnie?
Stephen,
Or-
No, I sent him a message, he didn't
Okay.
respond.
No,
That's still pending. Meetings are still being recorded and equipment has been ordered. But as far as I think, I could be wrong, it's not June yet, we're still meeting the need. We're recording and keeping, and have it available if anybody wants to see it.
And we checked this afternoon, the new equipment has been shipped.
Okay,
So it would possibly be here tomorrow, Monday for sure.
okay, it's getting there, so. Merry-go-round.
nothing, I haven't gotten a hold of the lady, but
Yeah, okay.
that's on my list of to-do things.
Okay,
'cause I-
still pending.
Yeah,
Park contracts, yeah, we talked about it, somehow we got sidetracked, we didn't approve Caleb's contracts.
Oh, I thought we
So
signed
just
it.
need a motion to approve it.
oh, I thought we did it last month.
We didn't make a motion, we talked about it, we got sidetracked, we never made a motion.
Oh, okay, well, I make a motion to accept Caleb Leahy as being the park maintenance,
And for him to
Person
do
going-
the other contract.
yeah, person going forward.
Yeah,
Yep. I'll second that.
okay, motion been made by Susan, second by Russ, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
3-0. Got that one done. Yes, Frank and I were talking about the minutes, because I saw something on there, something else was on there that wasn't on there, and I said, you need to change. Okay, and he said, I said, and something about the contracts, and he says, you guys never did the motion. He said, I even went back and listened to the tape. I'm like,
Wow.
Okay.
Gee, that proves it.
Yeah, oh no, we're being taped, so.
Yeah,
that's gonna-
Yeah.
so. Fun days.
That's on my list, and I wanna try to do something, I'm gonna talk to Heather, I'm thinking if we can pull something small off, before the kids go back to school in August,
Okay,
okay?
sounds
So,
good.
Or maybe just start with a movie or something.
Movie or something, and
Sure.
we're
A little
not,
bit of music or
popcorn, we got a nice popcorn machine sitting over there. With popcorn,
Yeah,
lemonade, a movie in the park, just something simple to get it, I don't know if we're gonna get a full-blown fun days like we used to have, but we'll see how much
Yeah.
interest I have in helpers that
Yeah.
wanna do something.
yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
I might, I've been thinking about it, I was thought about maybe sending out a postcard or hanging something, a flyer in the town hall, or in the post office, that just says, informational meeting, if you wanna be a part. See,
Yeah, got that.
one person can't do it by themselves,
Yeah.
so we need a few people that wanna get involved, but I'd like to do something,
Okay.
a get-together for people to meet, and we got a
Yeah.
lot of new people here in town, it'd be nice to have a
Yeah.
get-together in the park so people can meet their neighbors.
Yep, yeah, we're getting new people, that's for sure.
Mhm.
Okay, sounds good. Dumpster cleanup, scheduled for 5:15. It'll be at the town hall, need new signs made. If you want it, Steve, you've got, is it, Sean Haggett that does signs too?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you get him to make permanent signs, so we've got something that can be used.
Like what you always hung on the dumpster?
It can be, it doesn't have to be all that detailed, I don't think, but, I did them detailed because it was simple and free.
Yeah.
Basic
So,
Metal
guidelines and.
metal in the truck and no explosives or
Yeah.
whatever.
No hazardous materials and
You
no,
need to put whatever is not.
No,
Can't take
we missed the
tires.
tire recycle.
yeah, tire recycle. And I've hung 2 other flyers beside the one that was in the post office, and both those flyers within one day were tore down and gone.
About the
One on
tire.
the window at the cafe,
Mm.
and I put the other one on the post, on the door of the municipal building.
I'm pretty sure I posted it on Facebook, but.
Yeah, it was on Facebook.
Yeah,
So I don't know what the deal is, why everybody thinks they need to tear that stuff down, but at any rate, it was posted, she posted it in every post office in Warren County, so.
and we still got some of those signs, don't we, that we taped to the dumpster that was laminated?
Nope, those all got destroyed from the rain.
I was
and
just gonna
storm
say,
last
the
year.
last ones that we dug out, that we found, they ended up going in the dumpster when it was taken the last time.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
No
Who
tires.
contact?
Huh?
No, any contact about signs?
No.
Sean Hackett.
Always.
Sean Hackett.
Sean Hackett.
Broken Halo graphics.
So, so if you just wanna, if you need, I've got it on my computer, I can give it to Frankie to give to you or whatever, of what those said, and just see what he can come up with. Like I
Okay.
said, something weatherable and permanent,
Yeah,
so that we can, have them, that's great, it'd be great. Is there a preference, you guys, on where you want the dumpster put? Because if you tell me now, I'll make sure Jenny puts those at the opposite place.
Oh, we're not putting it over at the,
no, we're doing it
oh,
here.
we're gonna do it here now.
Do right next to the recycle, so hopefully
We
they'll
gotta break
start putting the
ties from over
cardboard.
there, that's
Yeah.
Craig's personal property.
Right,
and-
agreed.
That'll be this week.
So what about all the scrap metal, people just gonna pile,
It depends on what they,
What's-
that,
you guys
like I
got
said,
a
you guys
plan?
can bring the dump truck over here, and they can put it in there, or you can just tell them to, for now, just throw it back there, or however you wanna do it. They could even still put it in the dumpster, I mean, TNS, if you work, that's who you're getting it from, right? TNS, they'll work with you, maybe they even got a smaller dumpster they'll bring out for the metal, if you wanted to do that. And they usually don't charge, I don't think, for the metal
For the metals?
dumpsters.
I would
They
say,
recycle the metal themselves.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, they go, and the dumpsters, they actually take them back and they'll dump them at their facility. They do it's actually a transfer station,
Yeah.
and they go through everything, and they pick out stuff.
I'd say our best bet is just to have everything in a line along the side of the park here, so that way it's just, they can drive their vehicle down and drop stuff
drop
off.
it,
as
right,
they
good
have
idea.
it.
I would probably give enough spacing where you can back up a truck or something.
Well, yeah, it's gonna sit like
There's
where
no-
the
it's gonna sit right on here.
recycle.
It's
It'll
all
have a
kinds of-
drop-
Tons of room,
You
yeah.
got all kinds of.
It'll
room.
have the drop down in it so you can pull up there and throw stuff out, it's just like we do over
It's gonna be
there.
on that side, so they can pull in here and back up to the dumpster, no problem.
Yeah,
Should be able to.
or pull right alongside and get in the
Yeah.
back of their truck and throw it over.
We'll have to make sure that we don't park anything in the dumpster when we set it, you know?
Yeah.
So,
But anyway, so
we should
just-
probably also have signs that say no parking during that time, just so that way.
I mean, it's only a week, so.
Yeah.
But-
Uh, But anyway, so if you just wanna do the regular rotation, I think the next one, he'll put those, for the end of this week, he'll put them
That's
down.
Tuesday.
Next Tuesday,
Next Tuesday, they'll come and swap them out.
so that'll be at the other end,
Right, so the regular, the dumpster
we go there.
would go here.
Okay, okay,
Well, yeah, I think
we'll just do regular rotation then.
Just leave enough room.
the way they park it, with our big dumpster, like right square with the pavilion, is right in the middle. As long as he can get in there to dump it is
Yeah,
the
as long as he
biggest
can,
thing
yeah.
problem.
I'll be here on the 15th when he comes to drop it off, so hopefully I can meet him and we
Yeah,
can
just-
make sure it's worked out right.
Just make sure you can get in the back.
Well, I just wanna let Jenny know, if we probably want the ones that they're bringing in, try to have them as far at the other end as
One
they
way,
can.
yeah.
Yeah.
To give us the extra
Give
room
us
to do
all
what
the
If
we
not,
need
we
to
can
do.
look onto them and pull them where we need
I was
them.
gonna say,
Well, I
yeah.
know that, but I try not to mess with
Yeah,
her
I know.
stuff,
Yeah.
because
I know.
she's had some fits. She had somebody that hooked onto them in Williamsport, and they took them the other side of town.
That's nice of them.
Yeah. So now she's got cameras out there.
Well, you can't blame her.
No, I can't.
You know, that's.
They ended up finding, the sheriff found out who it was, so they took care of that problem. But they were just mad because people kept leaving stuff and then, anyway. Okay, so that's set up then, dumpster 515, town hall, okay. And like I said, however you guys wanna work it out, you know, for everything else. Park Electric, the boxes, did you get them ordered?
That particular box is out of stock right now. So as soon as I can find it, I'll get it on.
Okay, sounds good.
And the-
More or less when they get here, as soon as they get here, if you let me know, and we're just gonna have to pick a day right away. I don't want them to sit around. We'll go out and start taking the old boxes out and put the new ones in. Get them in service.
What do you think about putting in new posts where the ones are missing,
Oh, yeah.
like this one?
Yeah, they won't
We'll
fall
have
off laying
to,
down.
we'll have to cut the post back there in the back
Yeah.
and bring them up, reset them.
Actually, there's one cut back there. I don't know if it's the right length.
Yeah, I don't know.
Partial length. But yeah, no, yeah, I agree. Yeah, if there's any of the posts that are bad, we'll go ahead and take the box off, pull a post, put a new post, put a new box.
If we just dig around the post, we should be able to take a chain and pull it out, and then it won't take that much to dig out the new post.
No, I agree. I agree. Okay. Corner drain, Daryl's got the, well, he doesn't have it done, but he's got stuff that he's putting together to.
Darrell,
Darrell to rebuild that corner, so he's working on it. It's, like I said, it's been located once, and I think it looks like somebody came out again. The only concern we've got, I don't remember doing it, but it shows joint went down the parking lot side. So we're a little concerned with that. We wanna know how they got from this side of the ditch to that side of the ditch, because he's gonna have to dig down a little bit, because the drain going east to west over by Ernie's house, that drain is deep, and we
You
got at
still
least
got a copy of their original map?
we gotta, no, I don't. But we gotta get down at least as deep as that pipe is set, and so it scares me. If they are buried that way, I don't know why they did, if they are, but if they're buried that way, we need to be careful.
yeah.
And I told Jed that, so, and Darryl knows it. So anyway, they're working on that, it'll be done. Pest control,
Nothing.
okay?
I didn't call.
Didn't call them yet? Okay, no update yet. Water and sewer? Anything, Russ?
No,
I did want to mention on this, I think it was mentioned that you guys did do some kind of study or survey
Yeah.
about this
A long
previously?
time ago.
When was that?
Before we were ever on board.
80.
2000.
Him and Leela and.
I don't know,
It
I can
wasn't
get back with
Don.
you. Yeah.
It wasn't Don.
Just,
Yeah.
It was Don?
Steve,
Mid-eighties.
Don.
It was
I was gonna say,
Steve.
it was long enough ago that I think it probably would be at least a good idea to look into it again.
Mid-eighties.
Just get another study done.
Probably.
Yes.
Well,
And-
you gotta get a grant to get the study
I was
done.
gonna
We had
say,
to have a
there's the
grant.
problem.
That's why I
It's like
said, look into
$10,000.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, I understand.
I've got all the paperwork
Okay,
from that, so I can bring it to you and you can look, see what you think.
perfect. Cause the other thing I wanna look into is, I think there might be some benefit to looking into a, biomass reactor, which is essentially, there's a couple different versions, but essentially it turns active sewage into fertilizer and natural gas.
Mhm.
So it would allow us to run sewage into it and bring natural gas and fertilizer out of it. We could potentially sell the fertilizer and the natural gas. So just something I think would be worth looking into.
And just to update everybody on the grant situation, you want to coordinate, if you're looking for any grants, try to coordinate through AIM. They're trying to stay on top of the grants that are still available, that haven't been closed out. The crossings grant that we're trying to get still for our roads, Indiana has been cut back this round. It went from 2 million to 1 million. So it's good, yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see who's gonna end up getting them. I'm only hoping that they'll take into consideration the people that haven't had the grant yet over the people that's gotten it consistently.
Yes.
So we'll see how it plays out. Okay. Anything else on old business?
Nothing I can think
I
of.
don't have anything, no.
Okay, we'll open up the floor for new business.
Go ahead.
I know we've already got a lot of new street signage out in the shed with like, speed, that kind of, for the speed signs. The geniuses that live in Red Muzzle, where they put that modular in, she has asked to have those signs on State Line Road updated and new ones put there. And Steve said he's pretty sure we got new ones in the shed, we're gonna have to look, but
I think we got some.
if we don't have any that says slow for children and stuff, I'd like to get those ordered. And then I've been looking at, the stop sign or the speed signs that are solar powered,
Right.
that flash what you're going.
Like they had in Danville?
Yes,
Yeah.
now they've got them in all different ranges, there's something around, they're around $300 a piece. Somewhere in that vicinity there, I mean, they range anywhere from $250 clear to like $5,000, it depends on how much money you wanna invest, but they have low cost ones, and I thought if we could get a few of those, new speed signs put Woodard, Washington, out here on State Line Road, and then some of these that show how their speed compared to what we'd like for them to go is somewhere like one block up from where we put the signs. See if we can get some people slowed down. I have to say, Keystone and the local farmers, I don't know if something's been said to them,
Especially Keith Wright.
especially the Wrights, Keith Wright's boys have slowed down considerably going through town. They're still, some of them are still speeding, but nothing like they did in the past. So I don't know who spoke to them. Somebody has, and I'd like to thank them for whoever did that, because when they turn the corner by us, before they ever make it to Center Street, they're speeding. Not anymore. This spring, I've noticed a considerable slowdown. So, but I would really like to get some new speed signs put up at both ends of Woodard and Washington, up here by the park, and then outside of town as they come in. Everybody thinks State Line Road is a raceway. And so we've got little kids that live there on State Line Road, and then right here on the corner, those folks have kids. Right out, so I was gonna talk to, in order to put some signage that direction, north of State Line, I'm gonna talk to the Delhays and see if they'll let us put something on, over there.
That has nothing to do with it. It's gotta be on road right away.
Okay,
So if
well,
it's gonna be Vermillion, Illinois, you're gonna have to.
gotta check with the, okay,
What?
which,
Newell.
there's not
Newell
much.
Township.
Newell Township,
Yeah, Newell
okay.
Township.
So,
If you're gonna put it on that side of the road.
yeah,
On this side of the road, it'd just be Warren County, and actually, if you keep it close enough to the tracks,
it would be
the
the,
town actually
Yeah.
goes to the,
Elevator.
to the barn, the red barn, I think, or the maintenance shed.
Yeah, the maintenance shed.
It goes to the maintenance shed.
Okay.
On this side of the road,
right.
so.
And we could put up this side of the road, they don't have to be, I mean, normally
Well, a
they're,
lot of places drive there, and the big trucks are driving, so they might hit it,
right.
so.
But
Yeah.
if you put it up there next to that light pole, there's a light pole.
There
right
is a
there.
light pole, and you put it right there at the light pole.
Yeah, put it right in front of the light
So,
pole.
we need something to with the speed signs, 'cause there's no speed signs right up in that area, and then definitely something that once they go over the tracks and they hit town,
Right.
there needs to be something
Another one.
that's flashing how fast they're going.
Yeah.
And just so people
And those
are,
eventually do work. I've seen them considerably slow down on Vermillion Street and down.
Well, everybody's worried about them now because incorporated in those, Illinois side has now, the state of Illinois has authorized the same type of signage that you're talking about, but it has a camera, it takes pictures.
exactly, and that's the expensive
And-
ones.
And they will pay fines on those. The state police put them in, or the local officers, law officers, put them in, and they take the film from them. So anybody that's caught speeding and the picture's taken, they're gonna get a ticket in the mail. It's been passed, it's a state law in Illinois
Yeah.
now.
And, and that's that's expensive ones with the cameras
Right.
and be able to keep track. But I'm thinking if we just have something that says, speed limit's 25 and this is how fast you're going.
Yeah.
Please slow down. And so I told Alexis that we would talk about it and get that going.
Why were you talking to Alexis? Why didn't you talk to Siri?
Alexis, not Alexa. That's my pants. So anyway,
I like that on Facebook, one guy says, Alexa, tell me what the weather is. Who's Alexa? Oh, I'm sorry, Siri. Siri, what's the weather? Go ask Alexa.
that's pretty good. So are you guys okay with me looking into those?
Yes, that's what I was just gonna tell you, if you would get more information, information as the number of signs that we need to purchase. If we've got some, count them,
Yeah,
get and figure out where you wanna put them,
right,
and then, just pricing.
okay.
And then, I mean, as far as the regular signs go, I don't think it'll be a problem, we'll get the regular signs. The reader signs you're talking about, the solar signs,
Yeah,
figure out how many you wanna put around town, probably 2, 3, yes,
I'm thinking 4,
4. Okay.
one on Woodard, one on Washington, one north up here,
Uh-huh.
south of
One
town,
south.
one north of town.
Okay.
Just as the people are coming in on the main roads that they race through, that they
Okay.
think are a racetrack.
Okay.
See if we can slow them down a little bit.
Until she,
Okay.
until she did this research, I had no idea that it was that reasonable. I mean,
Oh, yeah, I know, I looked at them.
$300 or $400.
I thought about it, but
We
it
can
just.
afford that
I
out of
worry
our
about
KBH,
yeah,
so.
and I just, the only thing I worry about is the vandalism. So,
Yeah.
Well, that-
But the one thing I guess we would wanna look at would be the, insurance on them. Make sure that Brandy has got them insured, and
Yeah.
they vandalize them, hey, I hate to turn in claims, but at least we'll keep them working,
Yeah.
so. No, that sounds good, go ahead and get the information you need to get, and, we'll bring it up the next meeting.
if that don't work, then the next time we'll get one with a camera.
Yeah, spend the money and
Yeah.
really have.
Don't have, well, that's just it. I think you're only gonna have to put them out on Woodard and Washington. It's only gonna take these people speeding through town one time to get a ticket.
Yeah.
They'll either find a new way to get to Danville, or they'll slow down. We got too many little people in this town. I thought about this today. Other than Michael Lewis getting hit on St. Line Road, we actually have not had any fatalities. And I wanna keep it that way,
Yes.
you know?
Well,
So-
and
We had one fatality.
was it Katie or?
Oh, the little
Daisy.
girl outside.
High
That
tower.
was outside.
High tower,
Daisy.
outside
Daisy
town.
Hightower.
Yeah.
And she was hit by somebody that worked at the elevator, so.
Oh,
But that was, yeah.
Kind of piggybacking off of that, because we talked about, we need to talk to Illinois about putting that signage over in Illinois. I'd like to look into some form of Illinois municipal agreement with the part of state line that's on the Illinois side, with Indiana Bill 1008 passing, kind of opens the door for something like that to be possible.
so that we can, some of these places that need cleaned up, we can.
So that way
want,
we can start, having a
Okay.
say over what goes on over there and.
okay, then I'll put it to you to look into it and talk with Vermillion, Indiana,
So
because
first,
that's county.
so first I'm gonna talk to, there's a commission that's been put together because of the bill passing on the Indiana side.
Okay.
So I'm gonna talk with them and see what they've already done as far as, because their bill is specifically for counties in Illinois wanting to join Indiana. So I wanna see what's already been done as far as that and where that's going.
Okay, bring us an update on, right?
Yeah.
Just update us on that. What was the bill number?
Bill 1008, if I remember correctly?
SB?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Sounds good. Any other new business?
I think we've already discussed this, but I just want to throw it out there again. we'd already talked about buying new swings and stuff.
Yeah, we did. I thought we made the
Yeah,
motion
we
to go ahead
did,
with that,
but
yeah.
I just wanna let you know that found what I want, and we're gonna get it ordered probably this week.
Sounds good.
New swings, and, we've got new seats already for teeter-totter. I'll get a hold of this lady about the merry-go-rounds to find out if she wants them or not. If she doesn't want them, we'll get somebody in there to get them
I can get rid of them.
torn out of there.
Okay.
And then Caleb has already got the paint to paint the equipment. We're just waiting on the weather to break, so he
Yeah.
can get over there and,
I think it's starting to find.
yeah, I think in the next couple of weeks, we'll start seeing some changes over there, some new equipment installed
That's good.
and basketball court stripe and all that kind of stuff, so.
That's good.
We're gonna do another little update in the park again this year we got all this new equipment, all this
Reevaluate.
equipment sitting out here that needs installed. It's gonna get done this year.
Okay. We got enough people that's
Yeah,
volunteered now to
yeah,
work, so.
I think so.
And we've got the money, we can pay them to get it done.
Mhm.
So, sounds good? Any other new business?
Last weekend's rental, they wanted to pop popcorn.
That
Yeah.
popcorn's there, use it as you need.
They
And
did.
well, where I'm going is
Just make sure they don't use all that
Yeah,
salt, because
the-
then I'm throwing the popcorn.
the
bags.
lights and some of those plug-ins, refrigerator, are all on the 115 amp circuit, so.
Mm.
And I think that breaker is getting weak. When I come in the building today, it was
Yeah.
off again.
If it's tripping, then we need to.
So we need a little bit bigger than a 15 on that,
Okay.
and maybe run a new line up.
Let me talk to Ricket Electric and have them come out and figure out what you think we need in the way of outlets. And we'll see if we get it run back. I mean, it's gonna be external conduit unless they go
Right,
down the crawl space.
which is
but-
fine. We already
yeah,
have some.
But they can run back to that room.
Yeah.
And pick it up, or they can go back and up and over and in.
Well-
Same thing on this side, they can go up and over and in.
Yeah,
But, yeah,
the breaker's right there on the back side of that closet, so.
They
yeah, I
could.
know.
Yeah.
Ricketts the one that's been doing everything at the courthouse.
Okay.
And it's been pretty reasonable, so, I mean, unless you got somebody else that does electric that's certified, because I don't wanna have anything done in the building that's not a certified electrician.
Yeah, that's fine.
They could go through the floor,
Right,
in the crawl space.
if they wanna get in the crawl space, you know.
Yeah, might be cheaper than all conduit.
No, they have to do the crawl space. Yep, according to code. Yep.
Commercial building.
Public buildings.
Yep. Municipal building.
I think that's all I got, guys.
Okay. So, yeah, just let me know if you want me to get Ricketts to get a hold of you or whatever, so. Okay, anything else?
I don't have anything.
Steve?
Nope.
I'll make a motion.
Frank? Nope. Make a motion to adjourn?
I second that.
Motion been made, second, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries, meeting adjourned. All right, let me know when the thing's
Hold
off.
on one second.